I've prepared a collection of questions that people have been asking us about this project, and we're going to answer them.
For the most part anyway, as best we can at this stage of the game.
So the first question, how does it work? My answer to this point has been magic. It is electronic-based artwork, but I don't want to give away too many technical details because I don't want to spoil the magic.
We're generating a wavelength of light that is outside of the range of the human eye. And I don't think that that gives away too much.
That's good. The next question, what are the images?
The images, in my mind, are images that we've pulled from social networking websites.
Like,
yes,
people taking pictures, what do people do? What do they say?
We've stylized them to a point where they become an icon instead of an actual realistic rendering of that thing.
I guess this is a question that'll probably be more focused towards me. Where did the idea for this project come from?
Yes, go ahead, Kyle.
I was enjoying an evening. I had a moderate quantity of wine and was playing with random electronics and discovered, hey, stuff can show up in digital cameras that I can't see. We have to turn that into art somehow. And that would have been early 2007.
That sounds right.
Yeah. And we did some test pieces around mid-2007. Then I left the country for a year. And then we came back, built the prototype, and then took another year of procrastinating, and then got down to it, and now we have the full project under our belt.
And I can agree with those origins. You were the originator of the idea, and once you ran screaming to me saying, this is awesome, we have to do something with this, we sat down together and hashed out the project from that point forward.
Next question. This has come up a few times, but who would want to buy this? The thought of people buying this never once crossed my mind. No, when I was...
When you came up with the idea, it's funny because you're...
I've been trying to find ways to monetize it lately because we've invested so much time and money into this, so I want to break even. When I first got the idea, I just wanted to make something really cool come to life. So the idea of, hey, people buying this just didn't occur to me. When did you start working on it?
Very beginning was the summer of 2007. I was working at the harbor, and we sat down, and with a sketchbook you started recording the ideas as we were discussing them, and I watched a sailboat. And then after that, the rest of the story follows the way you described it. Majority of the work has been done in the last couple weeks.
Alright, this next question is the one that I hate answering the most.
Oh, I think what it is.
What are you trying to say with this project?
Okay, that's not the one that I was expecting. We'll touch on that one later.
Actually, no, because this is the second last question. So we'll just let you invent your own question and answer it after this one.
Okay, fine.
Okay, what are we trying to say with this project?
I'll take a stab at it. First facet, how technology changes the way we look at things, the way we look at art primarily. Now, we have noticed signs and security guards all over art museums and galleries declaring very clearly that you are not allowed to photograph the art. This has especially come to pass after digital cameras started to become more readily available to the public. So the technology has changed the way you're allowed to look at art. So we've created artworks that you must photograph, otherwise you can't experience the art. Hopefully turning that idea on its head, because really it's ridiculous. I have no issue with people taking pictures. I mean, it would make me a little bit grumpy if somebody made more money than we did off of this by selling cheap images, but to disperse them around, to circulate pictures and say, hey, this is awesome, take all the pictures you want.
Yeah, obscurity is a greater threat than piracy, you know.
Facet number 2 is digital camera ubiquity and how it changes the way we interact with the world around us. We've gone from experiencing moments to documenting the crap out of them and then having them embody your next Facebook update, or your next MySpace update, or your next Twitter update, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on.
Yeah, life is no longer something you live. It's now a source of raw data for your next blog entry. The reason I don't like answering what are you trying to say with this project is I find getting an artwork finished takes a really, really, really long time. So I might have a very simple idea in my head at the beginning, like, I want to make something cool, this will be neat. That was it, that was the idea. Mm-hmm. And as we were building it, we kept coming up with more and more reasons later on. And I think those ideas definitely relate to it. They're definitely involved. They definitely make the work stronger. But none of those are the idea that actually inspired the artwork.
We came from a university where the main driving force was the 10-page essay that was coming with that artwork. And there didn't seem to be any place for people like you and people like me and the people we surrounded ourselves with who were more interested in doing something that had either never been done before or was just too cool to pass up. And who cares what we're trying to say? So yes, Kyle, you are absolutely right. That SD card had loads of space. It was totally empty and prepared to hold my rant. Shut up. The question I'm dreading is, how the hell is this art? My answer, and it's a difficult answer to give because you want to slug the person that's asking you it. This question is a question that artists have been asking themselves for, I would like to think, since the beginning of when we realized
sculptures
that art was
have been
being
thinking
made.
that. I'm a painter, that doesn't come up. What I do is art by default.
I guess that's true. So, I guess the softest way to say it is we're asking you to look at something in a way that you wouldn't ordinarily do it, and the mode that we are using in order to get you to ask that question is art. We're using the artist materials, we're using an art environment. That's the best way that I can answer it.
My answer would be, both of us have degrees in fine art. We declare it's art. You shouldn't be asking unless you're better qualified. The last question. Why is it taking you guys so damn long to get everything finished? To be honest, only one person has asked this question, my dad. But since he's asked it several times every day for the past few weeks, it gets enough hits to merit inclusion in this.
Okay, so I'm going to pull something out here. This is one of our older generation boards, but the principles are the same. So I hold in my hand a circuit board, and I will hold it up a little bit closer. I don't care if other people use the circuit design, so if you want a freeze frame on that, go right ahead. These are all fabricated by us. Now we buy the LED, we buy the resistor, because there's no way in hell that I'm going to try and make one of those.
We paint the liquid copper on fiberglass ourselves.
We make the designs ourselves, we print them ourselves, we etch them ourselves, we drill the holes, pop in the components. There are nearly 1,000 of these. A big part of being an artist is being involved in every step of the manufacturing process. So we have chosen to do this ourselves, and that is my answer to why this takes so goddamn long.
Alright, I think that's it for questions we've gotten.
So if you have further questions before the show happens, ask them, and we might continue to answer them in this format.
Probably. Yeah, so, ask questions, and that way, if you're a reporter, you can just, watch this video instead of actually having to meet and talk to us. That'll save yourself some time. Or you can come and talk to us. We're friendly. Oh, he's pretty arrogant, but I'm nice.
I'm going to sit here and drink my tea and bide my time until we turn off the camera, and then I'm going to hurt you.